Hey, what's going on, guys? It's kind of been the first chance I've really had to make a video or address anything. I'm watching A&M Texas right now. Rode up with Sea Dog to go to BVD's funeral, and then traffic added like an hour and a half or 2 hours, and we just weren't able to make it. But I was on the road all day. In fact, Sea Dog and his wife just left, but. Let's talk about this game. First and foremost, that is the most heartbreaking, probably loss I can think of. Like, there's been worse losses, obviously, or like nothing was embarrassing about the loss, but I'll never be over this. Like, I will never be over this. Let me cut the volume to this TV so YouTube doesn't get mad at me. But yeah, I'll. This one hurts, man. Sit through 8 overtimes and the thing just not go our way. As far as the game, I mean, Georgia Tech absolutely demoralized Georgia for a half. There's a reason it's a 4-quarter game, but just beat them. Beat both lines of scrimmage, pushed Georgia around, came into their house, and did what no one expected them to do, at least of all me. I did not think you were going to shut Georgia out in a half and just absolutely dominate. I think Tech ended up with 593 yards there, and I'm sure 450 of that or more came in the in regulation. I don't know how they split split stats based on regulation versus overtime. Second longest game in college football history. Only one game, like Penn State and someone went to 9 overtimes. But then the second half happened, and we laxed up on defense, and it was a play calling thing too. Laxed up on defense and played off and let Georgia, get back into the game. And I think we got outscored like 27-7 or something. We went scoreless in the third, and that's how you get beat. And there's two things I said that had to happen for us to go into Georgia and beat a team that's a good deal more talented than us in a hostile environment. We had to have more than 150 rushing yards, and we had to win the turnover battle. Georgia Tech had a 2-score lead, a 14-point lead with like under 6 minutes to go. The fumble on Haynes King was brutal, we fumble there. If we don't fumble, we probably end up winning that game. But we didn't. We didn't win the game, and we did fumble there. Now, I know there's a lot of Tech fans that, and not just Tech fans. If you looked on Twitter after that game, everyone was blasting the refs and, refs in Georgia won this game. That's not the case at all. The reason Georgia Tech lost this game was not because of officiating. I went on Big Dog Brett's show on the way up to Tennessee and basically said the same thing. But there was a pass interference call that wasn't pass interference that extended a drive for Georgia that they scored on. But then there was a really late PI in Tech's favor in overtime. And even the targeting on Haynes King, my take, and I agree with something Bryce Kuhn said. It's a 247 reporter for LSU that used to be at Tech, still covers Tech on his YouTube channel. Just remove targeting, because no one has a clue what targeting is. I don't know if that play was targeting, but that's because I don't know what targeting is. He put his hat on the ball. It might have clipped Haynes' face mask too, but you got to hang on to the ball. And, I'm not here to blame a targeting call or no call or referees. What lost Tech that game was you didn't put a team away when you could have. You didn't. You gave defensive play calling was not great in the second half. And we let Georgia score what? We let them score twice in the last 6 minutes of the game. Now, Haynes King, anyone that thinks Haynes King was anything less than a warrior and a champion in that game is out of their mind. Haynes King had, I think, 414 all-purpose yards, 303 passing yards and 110 rushing yards and 5 touchdowns. Absolutely sacrificed himself, playing with injury. And somehow we had kept it a secret that Haynes King was able to play and throw downfield. I don't know. No one saw that coming, least of all any Tech fan. Aaron Philo retains his red shirt. I still feel like we should have tried a 52 or 53-yard field goal. I felt like when you go into overtime, the team that's more talented and has more depth has the advantage. Though that I don't think that ended up being the case. The win percentage went plus and minus 95%, probably 10 times in that game. Big Dog Brett read off the stats. It was just brutal. What lost Tech that game was you had 3 opportunities, 2 that came back to back because of the penalty, to win that game in overtime, and you didn't execute. I question not running the ball as much as we did on the 4-yard line. I feel like if we ran the ball all 3 times, we probably win that game. But, we basically could have walked off with scoring the extra point 3 times, missed the first one, missed the second one, get a penalty and get another shot, and then you missed the third one. Tech didn't execute on them, and that was the difference in the game. When Georgia got that opportunity again, they executed and they capitalized on it. I'm not here to talk about a moral victory. I wanted us to win that game. There's no consolation in it for me. It's not the ref's fault. And I'm broken and I'm devastated. And I'm going to have to eat crow. I talked a bunch of trash before that game. People have been leaving comments all day. That's part of it. I get it. Leave your comments. What am I going to say at this point, And I'll tell you what else happened. Right after that game, evidently I'd gone in there to that bathroom and washed my hands, and I didn't realize the sink is clogged for whatever reason. So I'd probably 3 minutes before overtime started, I went in there and did that, and the sink overflowed for all 8 overtimes plus 3 minutes of regulation and flooded that bathroom so bad it flooded all the way into my other bathroom over there. Carpet absolutely soaked from here in my apartment to over there. So not only did I have to watch my team lose in the most brutal, devastating way possible, but then I had to deal with, 50 gallons of water in my house. So when it rains, it pours, So I had to deal with that. Overslept this morning. Literally, I'm supposed to, Sea-Dog said, hey, I'll be over here at 9:30 to come get you to ride to Knoxville for BVD's funeral. I oversleep. He doesn't have a way of getting in to the apartments that I live in. He's literally reaching up as high as he can to beat, I'm on the 2nd floor, to beat on my window. And I guess somehow he woke me up and I let him in. So on top of everything, Thanksgiving week, trying to get everything ready, I'm defeated. I feel like Key looked at the end of that game, him and Kirby hugged and for 39 seconds after that game. But I'm devastated. Now, is there anything good I can say? Yeah, Haynes King's a player. He has another year of eligibility. I'm sure he'll be back next year. I know people have talked about him getting poached in the portal. There are Tech players that I'm fearful of being poached in the portal. Haynes King is not one of them. Why is my eye looking black? Probably because I'm so exhausted. I look like Batman right now. Oh, man, Texas just hit a big play. But Tech's headed in the right direction. Tech did garner some respect. Even like there's a lot of Georgia fans that are like, man, respect to Tech. Like that was an absolute thriller of a game that they came ahead in. Now, that's the other devastating thing for me. This is a college football all-time classic game, and every time it's brought up and talked about, it's going to remind me of the devastating way we lost. But Tech is headed in the right direction. Brent Key's the guy to lead this team. Probably going to have a top 20 class, raise $300 million overnight. Like, this isn't a fly-in-the-night, like, fluke thing that's happened with, like, beating Miami, the way you're recruiting in a way that you never have before, taking Georgia to the wire. It doesn't surprise me, even though I am devastated and I want to jump off my balcony and not survive it. But Tech's headed in the right direction. Tech's a team you don't want to play right now. They're a dangerous team. They're going to be a dangerous team for the foreseeable future. And I'm excited for the future of Tech. But as for right now in this game, brutal. Tech won that game everywhere but the scoreboard. The only place that matters. Beat them, like out yardage Georgia 163 yards, more first downs. Every stat, time of possession, Tech dominated. But it doesn't matter. Who gives a crap about that? You didn't win the game, and damn it, you gotta find a way to win these things, man. That's 8 in a row now for Georgia. They absolutely own us. And I have to say that. They own us. That's 8 straight. And it's the one team that I don't want to lose to. So I'm eating my crow. It is what it is. And it's going to take a while to bounce back from this one for me. So I'll upload this. You guys have a great rest of your Thanksgiving weekend, and I've got some more videos to record. Man, there's been some crazy things that have happened today in college football. Y'all have a good one.